Do you have high blood pressure and type 2 diabetes? Then you need to watch this video to the end. These two conditions are not a coincidence. They share the same root causes, and once you understand that, you will know exactly what to fix first. Today, I'm going to clear all of it up for you. If you're taking blood pressure medication or cutting your salt and your numbers are still not where they should be, then you're going to be surprised by what I'm about to reveal. The real cause of high blood pressure is something most people have never been told. And today, I am going to break it all down for you. Your high blood pressure could be an insulin problem. You heard right. And your doctor may not have told you that. Stay with me because what I'm about to share could change how you manage your health completely. You might expect me to say you should take blood pressure medication. That is if they are prescribed to you. Or if you're not on medication, you may expect me to say reduce salt or sodium intake. While that is important, there are some other things that you should know. Listen, high blood pressure is not because your blood pressure medication is deficient. And it's not just because you put too much salt in your food either. While the blood pressure medication that you take may artificially force your blood pressure to go down and improve your health over time, that's not the best way to approach blood pressure. Well, high blood pressure, I should say. In most cases, it is best to address your lifestyle before you even have to take prescribed medicine. I'm an advocate for natural remedies because it helps. Yes, things like garlic, high potassium foods, and magnesium are effective, but lack of those or low levels of those are not the most common reason for high blood pressure. Let's continue. I am getting somewhere with this, so be patient. There's one more obvious and common reason that you should know. First, you need to know, and I already mentioned it, salt intake alone is not the real cause of high blood pressure. Limiting your salt intake is not the only solution. High blood pressure has to do with metabolic syndrome. Doctors may not tell you this, but they know. Insulin resistance is what causes metabolic syndrome. Also, when your insulin is high, it will cause your blood sugar to go up. In fact, high insulin is one of the most common and most overlooked causes of high blood pressure. I know you may be thinking, so Cheryl, why does my insulin get high? I'm glad you asked. And there are three primary reasons. The first reason is that you may be eating too much carbs and sugar, and this will skyrocket your insulin, and then you will become insulin resistant, which will subsequently increase your blood pressure. Secondly, inflammation in your dental cavities and gut will send your blood pressure over time. It sends it up. If you have a chronic autoimmune disease and chronic inflammation, then that is a recipe for high blood pressure. Let's talk about inflammation. When you have inflammation in your body, the cells are being attached by molecules like TNF-alpha, and as a result, your body will become resistant to the impact of insulin. Thirdly, when you have a stressful lifestyle, your cortisol level and adrenaline level will cause high blood pressure over time. Cortisol and adrenaline are two hormones that also raise your insulin level as well, and your blood sugar, resulting in insulin resistance and subsequently high blood pressure. That is why I mentioned that type 2 diabetes and high blood sugar rather, are related health issues. There are two things that cause insulin resistance. One is the relationship between high insulin blocks and nitric oxide production in your arteries. Nitric oxide is supposed to relax your blood vessels and your capillaries so that your blood pressure stays normal. However, when your insulin is high, it means you have very little or no nitric oxide in your system. What this does is it narrows your blood vessels, and then your peripheral resistance is going to increase and send up your blood pressure. This is the single most common reason for hypertension or high blood pressure, in addition to high insulin levels. And your adrenals then stimulate the release of aldosterone, which makes the body retain salt. And of course, when your body retains salt, it also retains fluids, which then raises blood volume and increases your blood pressure. I know you probably are wondering, then Cheryl, what is the solution? Well, if you want to get rid of high blood pressure, you need to lower your insulin level first. That is the first line of action. If your insulin level is over 6 to 10, depending on your lab's reference range, this is a signal that you may be insulin resistant. If it's over 20, then you have a major health issue. You can lower it in 4 ways. First, you're going to limit carbs, especially refined carbs, sugar, white flour, white rice, white potatoes, yams, and bread. And if you're eating oats, stick to steel cut or whole rolled oats in small portions, not the instant processed kind. And if you can eliminate them from your diet for 90 days, it will help to reset your insulin level. For those 90 days, dominate your diet with healthy fats, quality proteins, low glycemic fruits, green veggies, and foods like beans, lentils, and chickpeas. Results will vary by individuals, but many people begin to see a shift within the first few weeks. Secondly, you should find ways to reduce your stress. Do things like meditation, walking, praying, fasting, and whatever works for you. Thirdly, you're going to reduce inflammation. This means stop eating foods that are inflammatory. This includes processed foods. Instead, you're going to consume high fiber and probiotic foods. These will reduce gut inflammation tremendously. Fourthly, you're going to brush your teeth after every meal, but go a step further and floss them as well after meals. Visit your dentist regularly. But wait, there's a fifth way, and that's movement. Some people call it exercise, but I call it movement. Exercise sounds like, there's too much pain involved, and the mind will play tricks on you. So think about exercise as movement. Let's stick with that. This should actually be one of the most important things that you adapt into your lifestyle, because it changes the health game and puts you back in control of how your body functions. In fact, movement sucks up glucose out of your blood, and that in turn reduces insulin levels, reverses insulin resistance, and lowers your blood sugar. Start with 3 days per week of walking for 20 minutes. And as you consistently move, you can add more days of movement to get your health back on track and lower your blood pressure and your blood sugar. So subsequently, your health will improve. And here's a bonus tip as well. Get your sleep. Poor sleep raises cortisol levels, spikes insulin, and increases blood pressure. 7 to 8 hours of quality sleep is doing more for your blood pressure than most people realize. I know all of that was a handful. Most people have to pay for this kind of information, and you just got a whole master class for free quickly. So consider yourself lucky if you want better health. If you do all of these things that I mentioned, you will get rid of your blood pressure problem and also your blood sugar problem. And I urge you to subscribe to this channel and follow my other pages on social media. I always bring great value to the platform so that I can empower people to improve their health. And grab my free ebook titled 2026 Comprehensive Health and Nutrition Guide. It will provide so much more information than you got from this video. The link will be in the description. Thank you so much for watching. See you soon. And take care of your health. Trust me, it will.